Lexus has a flat and needs 4 new tires. Corvette's got a flat, still doesn't run, but it's got a fender on. Tundra's ball joints and suspension are all about to die because they're 15 years old. But hey, doesn't have badges. The Mustang now drives like a pig because it's lowered and the dampening's too stiff. And the paint's all fucked up now because I decided to roll my fenders. But on today's video, instead of doing anything that's important, we're putting LEDs on the Mustang. It's not necessary, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So here's a little kit I bought. Just something off of Amazon. This kit had like 4,000 reviews and it had 4.5 stars or something like that, 4 stars. And I was like, fuck it, it's $30. We'll go ahead and buy it. So 30 bucks and this is what you get. Not really a whole lot, little disappointed because I was expecting some hardware that wasn't just zip ties, but I'm a drifter, so you know I got some. Everything that comes with it, just a little remote, the LEDs themselves, and if you don't want to hardwire it into your car, you got this little cigarette lighter connector, but I don't want to use that because I feel like this is always like the cheap way and not right way of doing it. But that's literally it. You don't have any hardware that mounts the LEDs underneath. You just have the double-sided sticky tape and those little cheapo zip ties. So I had to run to good old Home Depot, of course, just like any other video. I got some heat shrink for the wiring, little U clips that are going to fit around the LEDs themselves and secure them more to the actual side skirts. And I'm not going to be using these little wood nails. I'm going to be using some screws that I have over there, but the holes are pretty tiny, so I might have to hollow them out a little bit. Double-sided tape's only going to stick if it's clean, so I got me some acetone. So boom, just some acetone, clips, and some heat shrink from Home Depot. And let's get the Mustang all moved because that's not enough room to work with. Let's get it all moved up in the air. And of course, cold start. So first step that I'm going to be doing, at least, I'm disconnecting my battery so I don't get zapped in any reason, since I'm going to be working around electronics and batteries scare the shit out of me. We're going to be getting this all plugged up. So these are the power cords, power and ground cords that go to the LEDs. Oh, and that's another thing this kit doesn't come with, is crimps, fittings, I guess you could say, to connect it to the battery itself. So you guys are gonna have to go out, and what I got is one of these. It's a little kit, comes with the tools and all the little fittings and stuff. Just gonna be using this and some heat shrink to be connecting all this together. Super simple. Just gonna loosen those up, get your little kit, pray to God the fittings you have fit. Fuck. They fit if you make them. So what I like doing with their El Cheapo wires, stripping a little bit of this protective layer off, just a little bit, and then after that what I do is, see, didn't take too much off. I like folding them in half, so just like that. This tool is super sick because it's even got it color coordinated for your crimping. Oops. There's that one. And don't be an idiot and forget the heat shrink like I just did. Your boy on this one just completely forgot the heat shrink because I'm an idiot. So before you even start crimping, got a little ahead of myself. You want to throw the heat shrink on the actual wire. Now we're going to crimp the power wire. Crimping them down. And you can even go as far as soldering in here where it actually crimps down, you could solder in there and make sure it's 100% stuck in there. But I don't have a soldering iron or solder, so I'm not gonna worry about it, and I'm gonna just drink a Truly to it. So now, you're gonna take your heat shrink that doesn't even fit and completely disregard it. So just give your wires a little bit of a tug. Make sure they're in there nice and secure, which these ones are. And then shove them down onto the corresponding terminals. Now personally, I don't like these types of connections. I like the full circle ones, but this is all I have, so I'm gonna work with what I got. So we're just gonna shove them on, tighten these down. Make sure they're nice and tight. And now you're done with wiring.
You're kidding, that was it?
That's all you have to do to put power to the LEDs, Mama. So that's what we're looking at, all nice and tight. They're not going anywhere. All squeezed in, the terminals are tight themselves. So boom, that's it. Now you kind of want to start worrying about how you're gonna route everything. So I think what I'm gonna do is what I would recommend at least is trying to follow the OEM wiring harness as close as possible with all the wires that you do. So what I'm going to do is take these, go underneath my strap, so I could even put my strap down like that and have them somewhat stay, not really, but somewhat in that general vicinity. And I think I'm gonna go down this way somewhere, because as y'all can see, we got this big old wire right here going down to the starter, and then we got all these wiring dooley dads down here. So I'm probably gonna route my stuff down in this direction. So I highly recommend doing something along these lines. I just lay everything out. So I obviously got rear bumper, side skirt, all routed up, and I got front bumper. So I really know like all the lengths of wires I have, and I can figure out basically how to route it, how much wire I have to route it. Oh my God, it's hot. But yeah, that's it. Now we're gonna start plumbing your wiring. And like I said, follow like OEM brake lines, follow OEM wiring itself. Your manufacturer wouldn't put a brake line or a wire next to somewhere it's gonna burn or get damaged. So I would recommend following those as close as possible. But obviously don't put them anywhere near an exhaust, transmission, engine, rear end, moving parts, suspension and such. And I'll show y'all something that I fucked up the first time I installed some LEDs, but not doing it again. So I'll show y'all when we get there. It involves the rear end. So there what, Mama?
It's Christmas.
So something else you want to do is, I'm under there routing right now the actual lead wire that goes to what we plugged in. And as you can see, I did a good job, I guess, with plugging them in or wiring them in. So that's another point that I was gonna make, is during this, I like to test. That way I don't plumb everything and make it all nice and neat and then they don't work. So just while I have one wire routed, basically, I wanna come in here and I wanna test, see if they all work. And the controller isn't working. Oh. So your boy is an idiot. This has one of those little tabs that eliminates the battery from connecting. So we're just gonna come in here and whoop, take that out. Purple, blue, truck, off, on, blop, 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 blop. Ooh, the white would look cool. We got a little bit of a purplish tint to it. And then you got your different modes. Party mode 1, party mode 2, party mode 3, party mode 4. So sweet, they work. Now, let's get them installed. So here's what we're looking at. Got everything routed up. I had these perfect little holes, and then I followed my factory wiring harness up here on the fender, right there, and came around to the front and brought it through. See right there, came through, and I got my front one mounted on my radiator support. So now I'm gonna do this side skirt and manage all that, and then I go front, side skirt, rear. So yeah, just a little update. That's what we're looking at right there. And of course, how to make sure it cleared with all the angle, and it does. So we're looking good, guys. All right, so we're at the rear of the Mustang. Obviously, we got our diff right here. Got our axle sticking out over there. What I did the last time I installed, or the first time I installed LEDs, is I got the wires and I just ran it like this, right? But the problem is you're gonna have your wires up underneath your diff and your suspension and stuff that's traveling up and down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna filter this up and above my differential, basically following like where my exhaust kind of imagine my exhaust, but wires up on top of the diff and rear end instead of below it. That's basically all you're gonna do. So that's what I screwed up. Don't do what I did. So there's my little tip for you, is go above your rear end and suspension, not below it. And we got the other ones all mounted up right over there, and can't really see, but got it mounted up over there. So all I did with those is I used the double-sided sticky tape to mount it where I wanted it, and then I just, well, first I cleaned it with acetone. Obviously, you want to clean the mounting surface with acetone, and then you want to come in with the double-sided sticky tape that should be on the LEDs themselves, stick it where you want it, and then come in with zip ties or your little bracket things to hold it in. And I screwed them in, and they look good. They look fine. They ain't going anywhere. And another thing is, I'm not really showing you all the plumbing aspect of all the wires and where I'm putting them, because every car is different. Just like I said, make sure you follow your like brake lines or wiring harness or something like that. You could even, if you really wanted, you could probably route it inside the car, but I don't care that much and want to put that much effort into it. It's a drift car, $30 LEDs. It's not that big of a deal if they go out or something like that. But yeah, guys, those are just my little ideas and tips. Now let's finish up this rear end, and the install will be done, and we'll take a little looky look. All right, live reactions. You ready, Mama?
I'm ready.
Yep, that's underglow.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I was expecting so much more cool shit.
I know. Turn the color.
All right, let's try purple. Bam.
Much better.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. And this is obviously without the front bumper because I'm too lazy to put that on, and I think I have to trim it anyway. What about a party mode? Bam. You think you can squeeze back here? The rear end looks really good. If you get down a little low though, you can kind of see the LEDs because I just put them on the crash bar, but if you're standing up by it, it looks fine. Oh, it's so cool. You know, I always said this car could pull off LEDs. And I mean, it can. This car really can pull off the underglow.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do too.
I really do like it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of brings more to the aesthetic. That blue is really pretty. I really like that blue.
Yeah, but purple's my favorite.
You like the purple?
I like purple.
I don't know. I think I like...
I like
Boom,
the
yellow.
blue. No, I don't like the yellow.
The white's kind of cool.
Eh,
And the purple.
I like the purple and the dark blue.
Dark
Yeah.
blue? Oh, the dark blue is pretty sick. And then...
Actually, the red and green's not bad, but that yellow is so sick.
It's ugly.
It's so sick.
The red's cool. The red makes it look angry. Grrr. But obviously, us being us, we gotta have it purple.
Purple.
Purple or blue. So just flick the garage light on, and even with the garage light on, you know, with all the light going on around it, it still doesn't look bad, guys. Oh, this is so cool. This is too sick. I think it really pulls the Mustang together in like some kind of way it needed. You know, just something small. Looks sick. 1 out of 10, Mama, what you think?
A 9.
A 9? You give it a 9? I give it... I think maybe if the... like maybe if you get higher quality ones, they'd be a little bit brighter.
Yeah.
But if they were a little bit brighter, I'd give it a higher number. But it still looks sick.
But you turn it to any other color but purple or blue and it goes down.
Yeah, it turns lame. Because purple is the only way to go. I don't know. I still like the white. But I like the purple more.
I don't like the white.
You don't like the white? The white does have like a bluish tint to it. But or these two blues look pretty good
Yeah,
too.
I like the two blues.
And then party mode, of course. Can't go wrong with party mode.
Okay. Time to say goodbye.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You wanna end the video, Mama?
Bye, everybody. Catch you later.
See you on the next one. Thank y'all for tuning in.